Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's do a mock draft tonight, Scott Fishbowl style. Welcome to Fantasy Football Today on Twitch, and thank you for subscribing in advance. I'll tell you all who has subscribed since last week. I appreciate it. You see, we have a big group here. Scott Fish, the guest of honor. Welcome back. You were on our show Monday. Now you're here Twitch Tuesday night. What's up, man?
What's going on? I can't get away from you guys, no matter how hard I try, apparently.
Jamie,
I'm just kidding.
I think I'm on the clock, and I'm not in the draft room, so can you tell me who was taken so far?
Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley.
Give me Lamar Jackson.
You got it.
All right, so Scott, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure. This is a 22-round draft. You start one quarterback, two running backs, three wide receivers, one tight end, one super flex, and then three other flexes that are not super. So that's the basic starting lineup. As far as the scoring, your passing is normal, 1 per 25 yards. Your rushing is 1 per 10 yards. Your receiving is 1 per 10 yards. All those are really normal. It's a half PPR league. That's pretty normal. All the touchdowns are 6 points. That's pretty normal. Here's where it gets a little wonky. There's a half point per first down for running backs for rushing and receiving. Then the tight ends get an extra half point per first down and an extra half point per reception. So they basically get double what the wide receivers get on those fronts. Then at the quarterback position, also a little wonky, they get -1 for every sack they take. They get -1 for every incompletion they throw. They get -4 for an interception. Most leagues are -2. They get -4. And they get a positive half point for a completion. So basically, you want accurate quarterbacks that don't take sacks. This is a way I do to separate the tiers of the quarterbacks. Good quarterbacks tend to be good scoring, and bad quarterbacks can sometimes get you negative point games in this scoring system.
So when should the first quarterback come off the board, typically?
I think 2 should go in the top 4 in this scoring system, probably because it separates the tiers of quarterbacks. Those top quarterbacks are a little bit more valuable than they might be in a normal Superflex league.
All right, guys.
Hey, are we
What
doing
matters
all 22
less?
rounds on Twitch?
What'd you say, Heath?
Are we doing all 22 rounds on Twitch? And that was Jamie, not Heath.
Jamie? Yeah. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever.
That is a lot of drafting.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think let's call do like an hour, 15 minutes, see where we're at.
We can do 22 in an hour. Just everybody be ready to pick. Make a pick.
Yeah.
Well, you took 40 seconds. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did a mock with you guys the other week, and it took like 45 minutes to do 15 rounds. So
we can do this in an hour.
Oh, Trapasso, oh man.
All right, so are you on the clock, Scott?
Yeah, you got me on the clock, and I'm probably going to take a pick.
You're about the getting extra points.
Pick I didn't actually want to make, but I'm going to do it.
All right.
So I took Dalvin Cook on the clock there.
What's wrong with that?
Homer.
Yeah, I'm worried about the injury history. I'm worried about that. I mean, I don't think he's actually going to miss games on a holdout, but man, it's not the pick I want at 9. I want Kittle to fall to me at 9, and Chris decided to steal him.
All right, Dalvin Cook, then Michael Thomas. So we've got McCaffrey, Barkley, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Alvin Kamara, Ezekiel Elliott, George Kittle, Dalvin Cook, and Michael Thomas. So we're going to get Brinson when he's on the clock. We'll have him give his thoughts. He's got 2 picks in a row. Oh, no, sorry. Where are you, Will? Oh, you're the first pick. Okay, my bad. So it's Ben Gretsch. Ben Gretsch is 12.
Will, can you teach Adam how to host a
Dude,
show?
I just got in the draft room. Why didn't you send me a link? That was so mean.
There's some things that you just can't teach, Jamie.
Like common courtesy.
All right, you catch up. Scott, I want to ask you a question.
Yo.
Do you feel it's a priority if you take Dalvin Cook to target Alexander Madison?
I would target Alexander Madison no matter what. But I'm not a handcuff guy, so I don't think it's a priority. But with a guy like Cook and his injury history, it may be a little more so than most handcuffs. I think he's arguably the most valuable handcuff in fantasy for this year. So him and Tony Pollard and guys like that. So I don't think it's an absolute priority, but yeah, you probably want to reach maybe 1 round for him.
All right, Ben Gretsch, are you on the clock? Yes.
I am, and I don't know what I'm doing at all. I have not thought this through. I'm gonna go.
Adam, let me help you out here. So, and Scott, correct me where I'm wrong, or anybody else jump in. So, all of us are in the Scott Fishbowl except for Jack Capitorto, who's helping us out. He's one of our producers at CBS Sports HQ. He's picking 10th. Scott, you have the 1 selection, right? It's very generous of yourself to give yourself the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Frank, you're picking.
I have 1.
Will also has 1, but I'm saying for the real Scott Fishbowl,
Gotcha.
your selection. So Will, Scott, and Ben Gretch all have the 1 selection. Frank and Azer have the 2 spot. And Frank, I gave you 2 instead of Adam because you responded thankfully to the email asking to join the draft before Adam did. So Adam's a jerk, so he gets 3. Heath is picking 4 tonight. You have the 6th spot, right, Heath?
Yeah, this sucks.
Ben Trager has the 5 spot. Jacob Gibbs, who's not joining us on the Twitch stream, is in the 6th spot. I have 7. Chris Trapasso, you have 8, right?
Yep.
Okay. We don't have anybody picking 9. Chris Towers is picking 11, and Ben is helping us out by picking 12, but he's got the 1 spot.
And I already regret my decision. I went with Dak and Tyreek, but I definitely should have taken a running back there. But I again have not thought this through very much. Scott, tell us a little bit about how the scoring impacts wide receivers.
It doesn't impact wide receivers more than you think. It's pretty normal for them compared to other leagues. However, I've pumped up the value of the other positions to come even or over the top of wide receivers. So the true value in wide receivers in this league is more with the depth of them. The fact that you have to start 3 and you can start up to 7 makes them. That's where the value is in them. Scoring wise, between player 50 and player 120, that's where it's just owned by wide receivers in overall scoring.
But it's a good thing you took 1 at 13 anyway, man.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that now. His entire explanation was like, maybe I should have went with the running back there.
Yeah, I don't like the way I went with it either. If I had switched it up, I probably would have taken a quarterback in the first scene that I could have gotten just about any running back I wanted in the second. But yeah, I'll get a quarterback here.
Well, let me take a little pause from the draft to thank everybody for watching tonight here on Twitch. Really, really appreciate it. We are very close to having 900 followers, so we're 19 away. So let's hit that follow button. 900 followers. That's what we want. We also want some subscribers. We are a Twitch affiliate. You can now sub to our channel. Subscribe for an opportunity to enter a 12-team league with our crew. 8 subscribers are going to be picked in August, and we're going to do a draft with you guys. And there's more perks to being a subscriber. Twitch subs get exclusive opportunities such as Q&As, cool emotes, which we have now, contests, an opportunity for us to set your lineup live on Twitch. And by the way, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link it to your Twitch account and you can earn a free monthly subscription. So all that being said, let's thank all the people who have subscribed lately. The Joker Cash Money, Dingus Noah, nice name. Renegade Robot. Sumi.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
DJ.
By the way, Trapasso, when he said let's pause from the draft, he meant he was pausing from the draft, not you.
Shams Moon 22, Cyberwaste, Tamas 932, Kevin Joseph 777, Gambit Joe. Thank you guys for subscribing. We have even more that I'll get to in a little bit. All right, let's check back in with the draft now.
All right, Adam, shut up. Trapasso, did you want Derrick Henry?
Yeah, sorry. I went all the way down to the buzzer there.
All right, Pete Trapasso.
Code what? We lose Chris?
We lost Chris.
All right, and by the way, you can ask us questions, and we will.
I actually tried to pick DeAndre Hopkins, but it was like frozen. So I don't know what you guys want to do. Like, what are the rules here for this mock?
Trapasso's drunk as hell.
You get that?
Nope.
Still muted.
Okay, we got that. Perfect. Sounds good, man.
That Hopkins.
Hey, Jamie, any chance Miles Sanders is going to make it back to me?
That's who I should have taken.
No name dropping.
Everybody should have taken Miles
What is
Sanders.
the obsession with Miles Sanders with you guys?
I don't know. But I hope he hits because we're higher on him than everybody else. So it'd be good for us.
I meant to pick DeAndre.
Chris, why don't you
It's
pick
DeAndre Hopkins.
someone?
You got Josh Allen.
Who does he want?
DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay, DeAndre Hopkins. Got it.
Chris's
Who's the
28
chat?
modem is really on the fritz tonight.
Okay, anyway, welcome back, everybody. Let's see what we got. Chris is on the clock. I think we're giving him DeAndre Hopkins, which means Jamie is on deck, right? Jamie, you're on the clock.
Or Chris, kill your video.
Jamie selected
Yes, sir.
Ezekiel Elliott in the first round. And now what?
Now
You are
Deshaun
on
Watson
deck.
in the second round.
There you go.
You are
Drew
on the
Brees to
clock.
Jacob Gibbs. Ben Schrager is on the clock. Heath Cummings with, I think, Travis Kelce in round 1, right, Heath?
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes. My bad. I knew it was a Chief. Homer pick. You're on deck.
I feel like he's going to go before 4 in most real drafts, but
Yeah,
Mahomes?
probably.
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Scott?
From what I've seen, I'm in that
know why.
101 chat with about 100 people that have the 101 in SFB, and the prevailing opinion is pretty much McCaffrey or Mahomes. So I have to
Over Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar doesn't come up as much as Mahomes in that chat anyway. I think all three are right neck and neck, especially with Lamar and his rushing first downs. But
That's why I took him. Yep, that's why I
Yeah.
took him over Mahomes.
but I don't see Mahomes falling past 3 in very many drafts at all. I think that was a steal.
Heath, what's it going to be?
Man, I hate this position.
Just take Derrick Henry. You love him.
Well, that's probably who I'm going to take.
Nice. Miles Sanders to me. You should take Miles Sanders just for the drama. Damn. Derrick Henry, Miles Sanders.
What's the latest you want to take a quarterback in this format? Or is it just wholly dependent on the runs?
It really depends. All the drafts are going to be so different, but it's going to be really tough to compete if you don't get your first quarterback in round 3. Like if you wait to the 4th round, you're going to be really, really screwed.
I'm in a mock right now, and I was shocked that Cam went in the 5th, Goff went in the 6th, and in the 7th round, there are still starting quarterbacks available.
I guess that's going to happen in a few, and you can match and play a bunch of those.
Frank, good pick of Joe Mixon. I was going to take him if Chris had taken Watson.
Well, I had Mixon queued up too. This is a weird spot at 1. After I can find something to do. Like I can make some choices, but I'm just curious what you guys think. If you started McCaffrey, what you would do in the 2nd and 3rd rounds if you go running back to start.
Well, I
taking off.
just heard what Scott said, so I would take at least one quarterback.
Oh yeah.
I would go RB QB.
Yeah, or tight end. I'd look at tight end here too.
Yeah, I was going to go quarterback.
I think Scott would take Mark Andrews here.
Oh, I know who I'm taking it running back.
So Mark Andrews is not going to make it all the way back to me.
He's definitely not going to make it. But I
Adam.
I talked about this with Scott. Like Mark Andrews is a low reception guy. So this is 1.5 points per reception. And Darren Waller last year had 25 more catches than Mark Andrews. And Zach Ertz is an 85 plus.
Mark
catch
Andrews
guy.
played 41% of the snaps last year.
Yeah, Hurst is gone now. And just for Waller, Oakland brought in. I think they drafted 27 receivers. I'm not sure,
right. But Ertz, I think Ertz is.
Yeah, Ertz,
Solid
Ertz is
85.
going to be solid in this format for sure.
Yeah. Oh wow, what to do, people? What to do?
Oh, the Carson Wentz Zach
You are
Ertz
on
stack
deck.
wouldn't have been bad right there.
Stacking is big in this, right, Scott?
Sure. Like at the end of the season, like it's a 12-game regular season, and then you go into it's the playoffs are all combined. And if you have a stack of 4 Eagles, I see Azer already has Ertz and Sanders there, and the Eagles go on an extreme tear during those fantasy playoffs, he could take it. It's a very DFS like play.
Because the playoffs are all it's 4 it's 4 weeks, but it's like highest scoring.
Yes. Yep,
right.
Yep.
Like
You want to be a top 50% scorer each week until the final, basically.
That's right. Oh, so you just eliminated a chop of guys, and then
Yep. You chop the bottom half each week.
I think the first year I did it, I made it to like through the first round of the playoffs, and then last year I drafted AJ Green early and checked out.
All right, I'm looking for some questions here. I just asked the Twitch followers if they would take Ertz or Andrews in this format. If you guys want to ask some questions, go for it, and we'll see what they say. We'll read some
cry what's
comments
going on with the tight ends.
Austin Eckler and Kenyon Drake going around 3. Mark Andrews went right after. Heath, who would you have taken in this format, Ertz or Andrews?
I would still go with Andrews, but I also don't think that his catch total from last year is representative of what we're going to see this year, because the Eagles have wide receivers this year. And I think like he and Goddard have been almost the same guy when they throw to them. So I expect their target share to get a little bit closer as Ertz gets older and Goddard comes into his prime, and the receivers to shrink that total tight end pie just a little bit in Philadelphia.
Adam, we do have a question.
Yeah.
From Chris Trapasso.
You have to read it very slowly with your voice cutting out.
Goes the sky.
Go ahead, Will. Read the question.
Do you mean read it or actually read it?
Yeah, do it like that.
Does the sky and this the created does the scoring in the league create a big gap between the elite 3 tight ends and the rest of that position?
I think
yeah, more than
you
3.
asking me on that?
Yes, it was posed to Scott. Nobody wants to hear Adam answer anything.
I would say any scoring system that any tight end premium that heavily relies on receptions is going to do that, because that's what the difference is between the top tight ends usually is a bunch of receptions. So yeah, that probably would happen. And first downs are generally very correlated to targets, and that's what the top 3 or 4 tight ends usually have too. So I would say that's a fairly accurate statement.
All right, Ben, 2 picks for you. Let's see if you can do better this time, man.
Also, it's 2 elite tight ends.
Well, I didn't take a running back last time, and you guys know how much I love Aaron Jones. I've just been talking all off season about how good he is. So that's going to be one of the picks.
Jonathan Taylor, do it.
I mean, I was going to, but Aaron Jones is still there. I mean, yeah, all right, I'll do them both. No, I'm going to take Matthew Stafford. I'm going to take Scott's advice to get my second QB already.
Okay, so you've got Dak and Stafford, Aaron Jones, and Tyreek Hill.
It feels like a pretty good start.
Yeah. Any picks, guys, stand out? Does good or bad? Probably not, right?
I mean, I think I would probably, well, that's early for Thielen, right?
That's always a controversial one, yeah. Kirk Cousins. There's got to be better quarterbacks than Kirk Cousins. Aaron Rodgers is available.
Completion percentage.
Yeah, Kirk ranks very high in this scoring format.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say the completion percentage thing. Josh Allen that went. I think he maybe hit the 67% mark like twice last year.
Wait, hold on. Can you go over the quarterback scoring again? Then?
Oh yeah. So his Cousins.
Chris would like to back that out.
The completion percentage is going to help Cousins. He usually has a pretty high one.
Yeah, about 70% 2 years in a row.
Towers is trying to back out. He doesn't want that pick.
But Scott, the fact that like the completion percentage is great, but he doesn't throw that many passes, so that matters too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that does. That absolutely plays in, I suppose.
All right, so he backed it out. No Cousins.
He heard you say Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Chris heard us making fun of his Kirk Cousins pick, and he's like, "Wait, let me back it out."
Frank jumped in. Was like, "No, Chris is right. Kirk Cousins is good.
He does grade out well in this scoring."
Yeah. Oh, Chris Godwin. I guess gonna get some wide receivers off the board now.
Oh my God! Wait, incompletions are -1 apiece, and somebody took Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Zoom keeps kicking me out.
Well, Josh Allen will get, his fair share of rushing first downs, but I don't know that I want him in this format.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff.
Jamie's multiplying.
I don't know what happened.
Let me interrupt because I got to thank our listeners here. We have a lot of subscribers here. This is awesome. I can't really read these names. IO3, something like that. Lucas North 1337, Shane P Hallam, Spymark 7, X10X, GW Hill, whatever, G Wild probably. Chris, yeah, we got a lot of these. Grill Father, Dak Sports, VW 1213, Bex Welker, TJ Martin 12, and we got 900 followers, by the way. Jay Gersty 13. This is awesome. Thank you so much. This means so much to us. Thank you so much for jumping on board here and becoming a subscriber. You won't regret it. Somebody talk about the draft. Jamie, you talk about the draft.
Well, I'm on the clock. I'm going to, I don't really love the quarterback pool that's available, and the receivers are, the running backs are just kind of, So I'm going to take Ben Gretch's second favorite receiver of all time at this point, DJ Moore.
Oof. Second favorite? Oh, because AJ Brown is the favorite. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Scott Fish.
Mm-hmm.
When do you grab your third quarterback?
In previous years, I usually grab 2 in the first 4 rounds, and then I usually hit up the third one in the 8th or 9th round. I'm a guy that likes to be deep at quarterback in this, though. There's no trading, so you're not going to be able to trade for one, and you're going to have to hope for a Tony Romo or Andrew Luck style retirement to get one off the waiver wire. So, I usually grab one mid rounds, 8th, 9th, something like that. See, one of the later starters that's still available.
It's a lot harder if quarterbacks always go down. And I know a couple years ago I took this strategy to kind of be thin at QB and hope I could stream, because quarterbacks always go down. You usually get about 50 QBs that start a game per NFL season, so a lot more than the 32 teams, and maybe more than you'd expect. But the way that Scott's designed the scoring, a lot of those guys are not going to be guys you want to put in your lineup. They might get you negative points.
Yeah.
You think about the Duck Hodges of last year, and those guys probably going to get you negative points.
So this scoring is different than it was in years past, right?
Yeah, I change it every single year to keep people on their toes. To Ben's point about
clearly I'm standing here flat-footed, by the
way. To Ben's point on that, maybe I would have to reach a little earlier, because even Sam Darnold, and this might come as a little bit of a shock to the people watching and you guys, but Sam Darnold had a minus 29-point game last year. Baker Mayfield had a minus 18-point game 1 week last year.
Minus 29 points.
You're saying based on this year's scoring?
Yeah, based on this scoring.
Wow, that's spicy. I like that.
Can you imagine being going into Monday Night Football? You have your quarterback left. You're up by 3, and he gets you a negative game. Like, that could happen in this scoring.
Okay.
Question: how many points do you lose for a fumble?
Fumbles, you don't lose points in this.
Oh, Daniel Jones is great then.
I think
having heard you say all that about Baker Mayfield, I'm still gonna do a little stackaroo right here.
Ooh.
So Scott, I'm noticing here that only 10 quarterbacks completed 66% of their passes last year.
Right. Over the season, you want to look more at a week to week, but yes, it is a fairly low percentage, and that's part of why it's part of why it separates the tiers. You get the better one. Like, if 20 of them got that kind of completion percentage, you wouldn't be separating the tiers at all.
So Scott,
wait, is 66% the mark you need for positive points?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not a math guy.
Scott, so we recorded our Wednesday show earlier today, and Adam made the declaration that he hates you for first down scoring. He said, when I talk to Scott tonight, I'm going to yell at him and tell him how much I hate him for this first down scoring. And so I was thinking, like, what's the way that you could, what outlandish take would Adam have to say to really get you angry? Because as I said, when you're on with us, you're the nicest person, maybe not just in fantasy, but probably the entire world.
I don't think it exists.
Well, we brought up the stupidity of comparing Avengers to Transformers, and how stupid that was, and that got you a little bit upset. Yes, Will, you can make that face because he did say that.
Adam compared the Avengers to the Transformers.
Like Jamie gives 30% accurate telling.
I mean, they're both plural, like groups of people. Like,
when I was watching, I was like tuning in on like TNT to the original Avengers movie. I don't know, like 2012 or something like that. And I was just seeing the scenes of destruction in the city. I was like, this is a Transformers movie. This is a Michael Bay action movie. That's what it was. That's what I said. That's all I saw of the movie. I didn't see the whole thing.
Zoom needs an eject button.
Look at this QB run.
You get to press it, and Adam just goes like flying out of his seat.
We would have used it for Trapasso an hour, a half hour ago, whatever.
So Scott, in any event, he said, I realized something after talking. I'll give closer to 100%. I realized after talking to Scott on the show the other day, I hate first down scoring. I hate leagues where give you points for first downs. Am I correct in saying that, Adam?
Well, it's in addition to like any points for catches. If you give points for catches, I don't think you should give points for first downs.
So Scott, yell at him and tell him why he's dumb.
I think first downs are an actual valuable stat in the NFL, and I like including that into my leagues. I get the reception thing because receptions are more of a volume stat, but for fantasy they're nice and predictable, and you can see them on game centers. But first downs are actually valuable in the NFL, and it creates a system where if it's 3rd and 1. You're on the edge of your seat watching to see if your guy can get a half point or a full point just on that play, right? Just by getting a 1 yard first down. I think it's enjoyable on a couple levels.
I totally get that. I think my issue is like, it just makes the great players who get a ton of volume just too much better than everybody else. I just think it puts a little bit too much distance between the elites and the rest.
So you don't like elite
Oh! Towers.
Wow.
AJ Brown's birthday, no less.
Towers. All right, this is the sleeper QB for this format. You want to talk about high completion percentage, yak offense? He'll still get his yardage, but he completes so many passes because he throws so short. Jimmy Garoppolo is a guy to move up.
By the way, the CBS Sports ADP just went down on Jonathan Taylor because Ben took him 3 rounds later than he normally does.
Aren't you worried that with Deebo Samuel out, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to hand it off 45 times a game now?
Yeah, maybe.
14 of them will go to Brandon Ayuk.
Could be.
Scott,
who's the player you love the most this year in fantasy?
Player I love the most?
Yeah. Not the top, 10 guys or so.
I'll go 3rd round. I try to get Galladay in every league. I look at his trajectory in the NFL, and I see a very comparable to first 3 years for DeAndre Hopkins. I jokingly call Galladay Nook of the North because he's in Detroit, and I think that he could be the kind of guy, if Stafford is on a tear like he was before the injury last year, he's one of those guys that could challenge for wide receiver 1, and some people might not see it coming.
I think it's a great call.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he can do it in PPR because he's kind of like Mike Evans. Maybe if you're lucky, you get a 90 catch from him, but
we had 18.3 yards per reception last year.
Randy Moss had like 1 or 2, maybe 200 reception seasons in his career. I'm fine with Galladay getting 90 receptions if he does something with it.
Look, if he gets 90 catches, he's gonna have a great year.
Yeah.
I like Tyreek Hill, even at his best, was
Guy, you're about to get auto pick.
Oh boy.
Scott. Sorry, I distracted him.
No, you're all good. Oh, Sam Darnold's available.
You got to get the core of the market on the negative 29 point upside.
Yeah, buddy. Oh man.
By the way, you took Drew Lock in the last round.
I did.
Stop talking to him. He's gonna auto pick again. Give him a break here.
Oh man, there's 2 guys.
It's Scott Fish's Twitch show.
I'm gonna go with this guy because I think he's gonna get a ton of volume.
You know what? We haven't heard from Frankie Stamps yet. Really?
Yeah, you have.
Let's talk. Barely. Let's see Frankie's team: Brady, Mixon, and Barkley, Robinson, and Daniel Jones. Big Giants fan. Barkley and Jones, good stuff. Oh, he's a Jets fan. He's got a Jets hat on. I get those confused. You like your team?
I have a question for you guys. If you combined the Jets and the Giants rosters, do you think they'd make the playoffs?
Nope.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
Dude, no way. I mean, obviously we're taking Sam Darnold over Derek Carr.
Who's coaching them?
The Jets and the Giants.
They don't have a coach, even if you combine their 2 teams.
Gruden and
I would take Joe Judge.
Williams.
Joe Judge, sight unseen.
Didn't you say the Giants?
You have to. You
Did
have
you
to
say the Raiders or the Giants? Why am I talking about
The
Derek
Giants. He said the Giants.
We're gonna go Derek Carr here for the Giants and Jets. We're just gonna make a trade.
I don't
Whoa.
think good defense.
I've been drinking beer for a while.
Who's their number one? They still don't have a number 1 receiver. They still don't really have a quarterback.
That's not true.
Maybe have a coach.
They might both have quarterbacks.
Man, I feel like
All right, well, let Frank and Adam answer this question. The Jets and the Giants fans, would you think they would make the playoffs?
No, because I don't think you'd have a good defense.
Their combined rosters in the AFC East now.
You son of a biscuit.
Who said that? Brinson?
Rivers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we're running out of quarterbacks here. If you want 3.
You took Phillip Rivers and left me with Derek Carr.
Wait, Mike Evans was still there? I was looking for him.
Yeah, he's way down the list in terms of.
I was convinced that I had missed him on my list and I crossed him off.
I was so sad when I took Allen Robinson over him, and then he made it back.
How was it? Is he below like Sammy Watkins?
What's the projection on him? Like, why is he so low?
He was projected for 273 fantasy points in this format.
That good? Bad?
That's below Henry Ruggs.
What?
Wow.
Well, here's something to think about. And Scott, you can let me know. Like, well, no, he did pretty well with first downs. He had 54.
Azer.
Like 12.
There's no like stat tweak that makes Mike Evans below Henry Ruggs.
Guys that don't catch a lot of passes.
Mike Evans actually led the NFL in first downs the year before too, but that was Winston.
First downs. I don't know. He didn't catch a lot of balls. Maybe he wouldn't get a lot of first downs.
He was off my list, and he was the clear best player on my list, and I was like, I must have missed this. I'm talking, I'm not paying attention, so I just crossed him because I went to receivers. I didn't see him anywhere.
I mean, I would have taken him over Odell Beckham. Jesus,
dear Lord, what happened to all the tight ends?
Oh, I wish we could have some drops of Will sounds from tonight.
Yeah, tight ends. It's not a pretty scene out there.
No,
I feel like you take AJ Green a lot. You like AJ Green. Am I wrong?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like AJ Green. I think he's underrated.
For the 3 games he's going to play, Will?
Nah, see, he was healthy all last year. He just didn't want to mess with Andy Dalton and Ryan Finley.
That's a good pick. I was debating Gronk here, but you made the decision for me.
Yeah,
Tyler Higbee.
Gronk and AJ Green, very safe picks there. Very safe.
I had them set up for my next pick too.
2 guys who skipped the entire year last year.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. They're not safe at all. But.
Well, I need to
tell you, you got to swing for the
there's
fences.
no tight ends left.
Oh, I'm so happy because I like Hayden Hurst better than Gronk or Higbee, and you guys left him.
Oh, you bastard!
The runs.
With Higbee, what do we think the Rams are going to do? Because, like, you look at it's just pure snap counts where he blew up late last year. If they go back and if they're not running, if they're not doing 12 personnel a bunch, then he's going to be.
Yeah, I saw a good stat from our buddy Lord Reeves, Rich Rebar, who said today that as soon as they fell behind, they went right back to 11 personnel. And to start the year, I think they are facing teams with better projected win totals in I think he said 7 of the first 9 games. They might be favored in some of those games at home, but they basically went away from that 12 personnel straight back to their typical 11 personnel as soon as they fell behind. And if they aren't good again, aren't great, they weren't bad last year, but they underperformed. They might not stick with that.
Higbee's an ADP hype problem. I liked it earlier this summer. He was like mid-team. He was like tight end 13, 14. I was fine with him there. Now he's like tight end 7, 8. I got to be out at that price now.
The Hayden Hurst hype is a bit much for my taste as well.
No,
it does use their tight ends though.
He's 32.
Dirt.
He's like 27. It's like his 4th year in the league.
You picked Gronk. He's 5 years older than they.
He's the greatest tight end in NFL history, and he's coming back to Tampa Bay to party with his boy Tommy.
Will's trying to.
Hayden Hurst could be too. He's only in his 3rd year at 32, so you never know.
Yeah, he really is 27 in his 3rd year. It's insane.
Yeah.
But that's a super concentrated offense in Atlanta, and they're going to be so high volume. They led the league in passes last year. They're going to pass a ton again this year. Dirk Cutter took back over as coordinator last year. He was previously their coordinator. I think it was 2012 to 2014, and they were, I think, top 8 in pass attempts each of those 3 years. So they've always been pass heavy under Cutter. Going to be pass heavy again. You have basically just Julio, Ridley, and then Hurst.
Yeah.
Right? There's going to be targets.
Yeah. No, I think Cutter. I don't think Cutter's ever not been top 10 in pass attempts.
Yeah.
In his career as a play caller.
I know who Ben Gretch is taking.
Oh, let's play that game. He's really good at this game. All right, let's see Ben's team.
I don't know who I'm taking. Oh, I know who I'm taking. You know who I'm taking.
I don't know who he's taking. Let's see.
I know who he's taking.
Needs a tight
Towers is going to take him.
No, he might. Oh, no, there's two guys available. There's two guys available.
DJ Chark? No.
Don't pick, Ben. Let me see if I guess it after Chris picks. Oh, you got 2 picks. I bet I get both.
Man, who is he going to take?
I got it. I know it. All right. He's going to take Mike Gesicki and Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is an Xbox best player, but I might not take him.
I got one.
Diggs is better than McLaurin and Allen and Metcalf.
On my list, but I'm starting to really like DJ Chark.
Either, but Gesicki over Austin Hooper?
Yes.
Upside.
He was 4th in air yards last year. He was led the all tight ends by more than 100 in routes out of the slot. He ran almost 4 times as many routes in the slot or out wide than he did in line. He's basically a big wide receiver.
He basically averaged like 4 yards a target.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't say he was good. I never said he was good during that point. I just said that he runs a lot of routes.
Now I wish I'd gone with Zach Ertz over Nick Chubb at the top of the 3rd round.
Got a question from Twitch here. Can we talk about the Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson values and average draft position? Akers will probably be drafted fairly soon. We're in round 8. He's going, I think, in round 5, and Henderson was going around 11, or maybe Akers was around 6 and Henderson was around 11. And when I asked on Twitter who's everybody like better, it was pretty close. I think Akers was slightly ahead, like 54% to 46%. Let's see who's did not weigh in on that. Brinson, you didn't weigh in on that. You weren't on that show.
What was the question?
Cam Akers in the 6th or Darrell Henderson in the 11th?
Henderson.
Frankie Stamps.
Yeah, give me the value on Henderson. No one knows how much they're going to split work here. And, if they do have similar roles, give me the guy who's going 5 rounds later.
Do you know how weird it is to do a draft and have no idea if your team is good? I've never I have no idea if I have a good team or not. It's so strange. But I'm having fun.
How was that different than all your other drafts?
Well, I have a general idea, I guess, typically.
I'm just messing with you. My favorite thing about these drafts, though, Scott touched on it earlier. I've been in the Scott Fish Bowl now, I don't know, a handful of years. And, definitely tried to track ADP, tracked what other leagues were doing. And it's just so hard. Like he talked about it when he did a mock and how QBs didn't go in that draft. Every draft is so different. And it's probably my favorite thing because it's infuriating in one sense because you can see some of your favorite picks go off the board in your league and see how they're falling in other leagues. But you just especially here when I'm picking at the end and I'll be picking at the 1 spot, I was earlier with some QBs, but I was glad I was because I think between 2 of my picks, maybe 12 QBs went in the 3rd and the 4th. I mean, it's been some pretty big runs. The tight ends were just really significant in this last round here.
So to that point, Ben, do you think I requested the first pick because I was like, I want McCaffrey. Then I forgot it was a super flex league, like a moron. Do you think it's better to pick in the middle of the round?
Typically, yeah. I've had a lot more fun drafting in Scott Fish Bowl being in the middle, but I also requested the 101 because Christian McCaffrey is just that good. I want him that bad, but I think just where I'd rather be.
You're less likely to get caught in a run.
Right. I'd way rather be in the middle. Yeah. You want to be flexible.
I have a selfish question for Scott Fish.
Yo.
Playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Playoffs. Do we need to worry about week 12 and week 13 buys as they pertain to the Scott Fish Bowl playoffs?
Oh, not 12 because that's the last week of the regular season, but you will need to worry about week 13 buys in the Fish Bowl.
Oh boy.
And that's the Bucks and the Panthers? Is that
Christian
right?
McCaffrey.
Yep.
No! Why did I pick the first pick?
Hey, here's the nice part, Ben. If you get a buy, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
All right.
I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
I'll convince myself I'm getting a buy. I'll just load up.
So if let's say you had the best team that didn't get a buy and you have Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
You need to have some kind of strategy. I don't know what the strategy would be, but don't you
Get
need to
good
have
players? A's your fantasy tip.
I'm I'm super nice with my
Good player.
leagues too, because I want to eliminate as much luck from a first round bounce as I possibly can. So if you play in any leagues with me, the first round of the playoffs, you get your season average added to it. So if you're a pretty good regular season team, you get that added to your score. So you might be able to survive even if you don't get the bye.
So wait. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you repeat that, Scott?
Yeah, for Azer, who's not good at math.
First week of the first week of the playoffs is your week 13 score plus your season average.
Oh.
Plus, yeah. So it helps you a little bit if you're a high scoring team.
Yeah, it helps you a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna like set a lineup and then check on Tuesday to see if I won. I'm like, I have no idea what this.
That's what I do. I don't
what
check my fantasy scores on weekends anymore.
Yeah, it's like there's too
You
many.
don't?
I don't. Yeah, I just enjoy the games with my oldest is super into watching sports now, so I kind of just hang out and watch with him now.
That's cool.
Yeah, good for you, man. I like that. I try not to check my scores on
I
Sunday.
know you're a better person than everyone else in this room.
I remember when
I
he
mean,
was.
Know that? That's the
I
whole
pay a
point.
little bit less attention to season long, but that's just because I'm sweating DFS really hard the whole Sunday.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I remember when he was 2, him on my lap, us watching Frank Gore play, and I know someday when he's a father, he'll be watching Frank Gore play with his son on his lap. Little tradition we could start.
How old is he?
This draft board has gone sour very quickly.
He's 7, Adam.
7?
Yep.
Okay. When do they stop liking you? Because right now things are great between me and my son, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
Damn,
he
will.
Still likes me.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well-
6. My son likes me too much.
12.
Leave me alone, pal.
What's the answer, Heath?
Well, I mean, it depends on the kid, but 12 is a good guess.
Okay.
Like one of mine still likes me, but he's only 10, and he might make it to 13. My older son did. My daughter was 12 though, so. But she likes me again now. We've come back around, so
That's
you get.
good, yeah. That's good.
These quarterbacks are rotten.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you have? You only have 2?
Yeah.
Remember when I took Phillip Rivers? You got
Yeah.
That was cool.
Might take a 4th here.
Tua.
The wide receivers are pretty.
Now, how is
ugly,
Marquise
too.
Brown not going to have a huge season?
He's
I love
going
him.
to.
Right?
Yeah,
hate you.
great pick.
He was injured last year. He was injured all last year, and he's still a monster. Would
Brown
you rather
over
have
Metcalf.
Marquise Brown or Terry McLaurin?
Still McLaurin.
I got
Well,
Brown.
you should have taken Haskins over Tua, I think.
I thought about it.
I like Haskins too.
Just get
as
Fitzpatrick
a really
in your
late
next
guy.
turn.
Anybody think David Montgomery's good? Like, not
No.
good here, but just good in general.
He might be. We shouldn't give up on it yet. Tariq Cohen's always been super efficient and was awful last year. The
If you
Bears.
throw out this particular week and then you add in this other week and you only take the sample size of these 4 games, then he was really good.
Azer was just trying to throw some cover for his pick right there. He was like, "So, do you guys think this guy's not that bad?" Click.
Well, Will said no, and I was like, all right, I'm taking him.
You know who might not be good is Matt Nagy.
Yeah, maybe. Can't
I
find
think they'll
that
be
many.
better with Foles though. I don't know.
I just don't know if you can be good if you're bald and wear a visor. No offense to anybody who wears a visor. It is bald.
Yeah.
God, how was your kiddie pool experience today?
It was awesome. I did not expect any of that to happen.
Were you wearing a visor in the kiddie pool?
I wasn't, but I suppose I had like a covering a little bit. But yeah, hung out in the pool. I was just sitting there for about a half an hour, just hanging out, and then my oldest comes out with an alcoholic beverage and sat in the pool with me, and we watched Avengers Endgame on my phone while in the kiddie pool.
Oh.
It was.
Is that the one with Bumblebee?
You have 20 seconds left, Scott.
On my clock. Oh, let's go here.
Not an end game. You got that thing never ends. I took my wife to see that
Good pick.
Yeah.
at in the theaters. It was like an Alamo Draft House. Our tab was like $140 because you're sitting there for 3.5 hours just
Oh,
firing down drinks.
Hey, we got some new subs. B Wolin 48, King's Ransom 20, and remember, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can use you can use that. You can link it to your Twitch account and get a free month. So please subscribe. We are a Twitch affiliate. We got emotes. We got a fun little community developing here. We're going to have a league with you Twitch followers. So just subscribe and join the fun. And we really appreciate it. And follow as well and tell your friends and, make us, I don't know, part of your life every Tuesday night. Seems like it's going to be that way. So we're looking forward to that. Probably going to have even more.
That's a great sell, Adam.
Yeah. I've run out of things to say.
Enthusiasm off the charts.
I don't know. I don't want to overthank people. It's not like they're.
I think you guys have actually had. I think y'all have done a good job with these Twitch things.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's amazing though. The ones that have been the worst received have been the ones you were on. Well, I don't know why.
That's how it goes.
Will, did you watch me win in poker last week?
No, I got angry when I tuned in. You're like, I told you I'm the luckiest poker player on the planet. And then I was like, yeah, I don't want to be here.
And it kept happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a little flex tight end action. I think that's another thing I like is you can flex tight ends in this format.
Yeah, I did not think about that. That's a good point. Should have thought about that.
I kind of like the idea of taking a bunch of tight end flyers. Like if you don't get one of those elite guys, go with like 3 or 4 here in these.
There's
middle
a lot
rounds,
of them this year too.
Whether it's Hawkinson, Fant.
Yep, we've had Scott's had the tight end this at least a similar tight end premium for several years, right? It's been at least 3 years now.
At least, yep.
Yeah, and I remember a few years back, my best year, I definitely hit on. I think at least one. I was starting 3 or 4 tight ends, and I know one was Jason Witten in like the 12th round. It was probably the last year before he retired, and he was like really solid in that format. Like he was like a top 5 tight end, if I recall. I don't know exactly what year it was, but I think that's a good strategy to try to load up on a few tight ends in this type of scoring that maybe could catch 60+ balls. Can be pretty good.
Yeah.
I did not mean to hit that, but that was Adam's son for my soundboard.
Thank you. Actually, I guess I'll say this since it's on Twitch instead of the podcast, but my son's really into Weezer, and he likes the song Hash Pipe, so he keeps saying more hash pipe, which is really big for a 2-year-old to be saying.
I like that you're like, I don't know if I can say this on Twitch, but
I can say
my son is into Weezer.
Well, it's not the Weezer part,
I thought you were gonna drop an F-bomb or something.
No. All right, what do we got here? We got Jack, we got Scott Fish on deck. Let's pick apart Scott Fish's team, everybody.
I have 2 wide receivers.
So
I hope that one gets taken and makes my decision for me.
This is a weird team.
I'm gonna guess Jack is watching, so if you could tell him the 2 that you want, he'd take one for you.
I wasn't gonna take Ronald Jones.
I'm the same way, Scott. I want someone else to make the decision.
Make this decision. All right, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Oh, that's the receiver that was on my draft list. So thank you for
this. Scott does have a funky team. It's not bad. It's just like, I don't know.
I think it's kind of bad.
Oh, okay.
What?
Say that. You know what?
Like you don't.
Oh,
even
here we go. Here we go. Let's do it.
talking about.
Get mad, Scott.
Well, I don't really like Fournette. Don't really love Deontay Johnson. Don't really like Jonnu Smith.
You need to peek at Azer's team before he starts blasting you, by the way, because that team.
I'm fine with that. I hate my tight ends. If I ever draft a fishbowl team like this with just Jonnu Smith at tight end, I might cry. So I'm gonna have to refigure out how to do this draft on Monday.
Scott, objectively, whose team is better, mine or yours? Because I have no idea.
Now I have to go to your team.
I mean, he has Lamar Jackson, Melvin Gordon, Miles Sanders, Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz, David Montgomery, and Jared Goff.
Dude, that's a really good team. Even I know, that's a really good team.
Is it?
Not that good.
It's not that good.
It feels like a good team. Scott's opinion is probably what matters.
I will say, I think I like it better than mine. I feel you're stronger. So yeah. I do actually feel like your team is better than mine. I hate that.
Somebody finally said those words.
Somebody in the chat gave you an A-.
All right.
Yeah, I like it. I like your team.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if Melvin Gordon, figures it out, and at 27, if David Montgomery isn't, just bad like he looked last year, and if Cooper Kupp stays healthy, and if Phillip Rivers is, I don't know, able to stay on the field at 90 years
player
old.
For me, you can't go Phillip Rivers. He's my favorite quarterback. Come on now.
Starting Jamison Crowder. I mean, yeah, no, it's good.
Actually, we don't talk about Crowder a lot. You just look at what he did with Darnold last year.
We don't?
It's pretty not in a while, not for a while. Not for a while, I feel. You do. Jamie, I think you like Crowder a lot. Right?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had good numbers with Darnold. He was terrible when Darnold was out, so it really sunk his number. The whole team was awful. All right, Brinson, what do you got going on?
I'm thinking about that strategy that I mentioned for tight ends. I'm kind of thinking about taking 2 tight ends here. Would that be crazy?
That'd make me very mad. But
So I want one.
Oh, I'm doing it then for sure.
Don't do it.
So I was going to take Jared Cook no matter what.
That's Andrew's guy. Loves him.
Now the question is, which one of these 2 guys do I want to take? I think so. I'm going to make a little coronavirus gambit. All right. What happens if Zach Ertz gets corona?
Oh, that's the guy I wanted as the Ertz owner. Yeah.
No trades allowed, Adam. Otherwise, I would trade you that for. I don't know. I don't have anything I want.
Rivers.
Philip Rivers. Yeah.
I would do that. You want to trade that? Rivers for Goddard?
No trades.
Oh,
as
Chris
a
Herndon,
commissioner, I would very much like the NFL to come out and say how they're going to treat coronavirus for that.
I'm going to guess I like Frank's team a lot because he's made a lot of good picks.
Whether the NFL will list them as out or as like a short-term IR.
Oh man, yeah,
that's going to be big for fantasy leagues.
I think have they talked about doing a separate coronavirus because I know baseball talked about that, right? Where
baseball's going to have a separate one, I believe.
So it'll be like a C.
But they won't tell you that they're on it.
That's right. They're just going to place people on the IL and not tell you if it's coronavirus or if it's injury related.
Are you kidding me?
Baseball.
What a bunch of clowns. I can't believe that they found somebody who's a worse commissioner than Bud Selig. It's unbelievable. Manfred's a joke.
He's a joke?
Yeah, he's a clown. He nearly submarined the sport.
Wow.
For what?
Well, I don't think it's
not
really
going to tell me when you got coronavirus?
The owners are doing it. I was so excited.
Manfred sucks, man.
They really pissed me off so much. I almost have no excitement for the season because of the way the owners acted. Nonsense.
Speaking of coronavirus, Heath, I picked up when I was down in Charleston getting coronavirus this last weekend. I picked up a Holy City 6-pack.
Yes, that is excellent beer. I love the Charleston beer scene.
I do too. We didn't get to enjoy a whole lot of it. We were not out and about per se.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those places have like rooftop or patios though.
Yeah. Well, we had a wedding to go to. So we were inside in a mask for like 20 minutes and then we just hung out at our house for the rest of the time. And I poked over to a store and picked up some beer.
I'm glad you're wearing a mask.
I screwed up by taking Damian Williams.
Why?
How come?
I still don't have a third wide receiver yet.
I'll trade you one.
Heath's team. Let's see Heath's team.
By the way, Jacob Gibbs on the wrong end of the tight end run. His starter is Blake Jarwin.
There you go.
Could be good.
Yeah, I mean you can do worse.
He asked in the chat in the league chat. He said, this is a no tight end league, right?" And he was like, "No."
I think he was being a smart. I think he knows.
Oh, okay.
Heath is a very good team.
Yeah, it is.
Who's Jacobs?
No, Heath's team is good.
Let's see. I love judging teams mid-draft.
Mahomes, Derrick Henry, and Chris Carson, Marvin Jones, T.Y. Hilton, and nobody yet. Mark Andrews at tight end, Kareem Hunt, Damian Williams, Hayden Hurst, Cam Newton. That's a really good team.
Oh, Scott, what do you think about Irv Smith? I saw you just took him.
I actually like him a lot. Just watching him, he looked really good. And if you watch his snap percentage at the end of last season, it just kept going up and up. I think the Vikings, getting rid of Diggs, obviously Jefferson's gonna play inside a bunch, but Irv Smith's gonna be on the field a lot. And Kyle Rudolph is such a better blocker. The only problem is Kyle Rudolph is way better in the red zone than probably any of our other receiving options. So I think his touchdown upside is a little bit limited, but the way he improved and the way his snaps and touches went up at the end of the season, I have at this point in the draft, I think there's upside there.
Yeah,
I'm laughing.
The Vikings want to move on from Kyle Rudolph. He just won't stop taking pay cuts to stick around. Like he just will not leave the team.
He's one of those guys. Wait. As an analyst, you want to say certain things, but he is like the nicest, most charitable, like amazing dude in real life. So like, I just have trouble saying bad things about Kyle Rudolph.
I'm laughing over here because I had just added Irv Smith to my queue, and I was like, yes, this is the sleeper tight end I'm going to grab. And then I was looking at my list, and I heard Scott talking, and I was like, wait, he's talking about Irv Smith. That's not good.
Jamie, would you have gotten Mecole Hardman and Darius Geis if you were guessing Ben's picks?
I probably would not have guessed Geis. Hardman.
You would have got Hardman for sure.
Yeah, Hardman.
Not this soon though.
Darius Slayton off the board. Darrell Henderson off the board. You know what? I'm going to ask our Twitch viewers here.
Yeah, wait. There are like 17 wide receivers that Ben Gretsch listed as his favorite wide receiver. Mecole Hardman was not on the list.
Because he goes higher.
He didn't go before round 10.
Yeah, he does.
In NFCs, he does, yeah.
The head of round 10?
Yeah, he would have definitely been on my list if he didn't have a higher ADP.
Okay.
Adam in the chat, it says, so Superflex with Goff and Lamar, just hand the trophy to Adam.
I know.
I didn't know you had a burner in the chat.
And always, you got to have one.
Or Jared Goff's got a burner in the chat.
We also have a question, Minshew or Lock? Minshew or Lock?
Minshew.
I have Minshew slightly higher.
I
have Minshew higher too. Hardman has a 10th round ADP at NFC. So right there on the cusp, but we had said later than 10th.
Yes, we did. Okay, who's up? Jamie's up. What do you got?
I'm debating between a receiver and a running back. I'm not gonna tell you.
No, wait. Let's guess Jamie's. He's on the clock.
Yeah. Well, we have his rankings here.
Receiver, Darius Slayton.
He's gone. I would have taken him.
Oh, he just went.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Miller. He's going to go Anthony Miller.
Yeah, I was going to say Anthony Miller.
That is the receiver.
That's the receiver. And Naheem Hines, for sure.
Oh!
Not in half PPR.
Oh.
James White.
No. I'd take no.
All right.
Tevin Coleman?
Coleman, I believe, was gone already.
Oh.
Antonio
Yeah,
Gibson.
he went 3 picks before you.
It was a bad round.
Gibson is an interesting thing.
Slayton went 2.
Yeah, that little stretch there on the 9, 10, 11 was just ugly. There just wasn't anybody you wanted to take.
Yo, Ben Gretsch, you should have taken Marlon Mack.
No.
You have Jonathan Taylor.
He hates Marlon Mack.
I don't handcuff, dude.
You have
go big or go home.
Spots.
Let's if you're committing to Jonathan Taylor in the 3rd round, you're already staking your claim that he's going to just be so much better than Marlon Mack that I don't want Marlon Mack on my team.
But you took the backup. You just handcuffed yourself to start.
You get the starter in the 140s.
Yeah.
The guy that's an inch shorter and 30 pounds heavier, 15 pounds heavier, and also ran at least a 10th of a second faster.
Another great pick by Frank. Frank is killing this draft.
I was going to take Ian Thomas too, or Kerryon Johnson, but I'll take Marlon Mack instead.
I was that a great pick.
Ian Thomas?
Pick. Yeah, it's a fine pick.
Also, in this league?
he might have a terrible year. We know nothing about him. They've added 2 receivers and changed their quarterback.
It's the 13th. It's the 12th round.
Perfectly fine pick. It is not a great pick.
It's a great pick.
It's a great
tight
pick.
end premium league.
He was a 23rd tight end gone. It was a very good pick.
It's a great pick.
Where is he in the rankings? Does he have a top 20 guy?
All right, Scott. I'm taking back my $500 donation. He doesn't understand. He's going to ruin it for everybody.
Where is he in your rankings?
He's like near 20, but I mean these are the type of upside plays that you look for in this format.
There's a drop off. There's only so many that are left.
Tight ends left. There's hardly any tight ends left.
That's the point.
I know. Well, he's part of the reason he's not that good.
But you just
don't know about that. He's performed very well every time that we've seen.
You're right. He might be.
Every time we've seen Greg Olsen out, he's played well.
I mean, Teddy Bridgewater is the ultimate conservative quarterback, and he's a massive low ADT guy. He's going to feed these short yardage target guys. Ian Thomas is great after the ball, great with the ball in his hands after the catch. And you're going to talk about people will be trying to key in on DJ Moore, maybe Christian McCaffrey. I don't know. Ian Thomas is going to be wide open against linebackers all day long.
Is ADT that security service? Is that what you?
ADOT.
He's a low ADT guy.
Yeah, ADT.
Safety blanket, security blanket.
CPI is the security. CPI got fired by everybody around here.
I have an announcement to make. We are going to end this fun at 8:15. So we have 15 minutes left.
All right, I'm all in.
And the last 10 minutes, sub-only questions on Twitch. So if you have not subscribed, you have 5 minutes to ask your questions. And after that, at 8:05, from then to 8:15, subscribers only, you can ask us your questions on Twitch. So thanks again. We just got a yes. We just
I was
said
very
yes.
happy to get Will Dissly this late.
Jamie, who was your running back?
He's still available, so.
Oh, you decided not to take him.
Let's guess Ben's picks. I love this game.
I don't know if you could get him at this
Oh,
point.
let's see. Hold on.
Joshua Kelly. That's who Jamie's going to take, by the way.
Chris likes him too, so Chris might take him.
N'Keal Harry. Don't even bother with N'Keal Harry. He's about to be on Ben's team.
Ooh,
N'Keal
that's
Harry
the
is a
next
great
best
choice.
receiver on my list, but I'm not
He also
taking a
has-
receiver.
He also has Sammy Satkins available, so he can do that.
I'm taking Naheem Hines,
Oh, Towers.
and I'm
And
taking a little sleeper tight end, Greg Olsen.
Greg
I thought
Olsen's
you
a good
were
pick.
all in on Jonathan Taylor.
Oh no, I mean they can coexist. Didn't you watch the Chargers the last several years?
Is
Did
Marlon
you
Mack
watch the
still
Chargers? He's got an Austin Eckler tattoo.
Yeah. I just
Hines
got Melvin
could- Hines
Gordon
could
and
catch-
Austin Eckler, and they're both going to be in my starting lineup.
Hines is going to catch 400 swing passes,
Yeah, exactly.
Only 400.
maybe 5.
Antonio Brown is a pretty good pick there, isn't he?
Not bad.
Doesn't like Ian Thomas, the starting tight end for the Carolina Panthers, but Antonio Brown not on the team, going to be suspended 6 games.
I
Great
like
pick.
the pick. I just I didn't think it deserved to be called a great pick. They're basically, he's like the best tight end available. Was it like, I don't know. Frank, was it really that great of a pick? It was your pick.
I think it was a fantastic pick.
Oh man. Somebody asking how you sub. We will have somebody let you know on the chat. Still a lot of Gardner Minshew talking here. Any questions? Let's see if we have any questions here. How do you feel about starting with Christian McCaffrey at 101 and then DJ Moore at the 2-3 turn?
You better get a bye.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean that's why I don't really like Ian Thomas. Is everything about the low A dot? I think I think those two guys are just gonna absolutely eat targets. So I'm fine with doing that, and I think they're gonna make life difficult for Ian Thomas.
Yeah, see, bad pick, right?
He was still a good pick, even just.
Pick. It was a good pick. It wasn't a great pick. It was a good pick. Okay, Latavius Murray off the board. Jamie took Zach Moss. Ben Schrager takes Alshon Jeffrey. Heath, you're on the clock.
It feels a little soon for Alshon, doesn't it?
Yes. I was just glad he wasn't using my rankings for that pick.
We're cooking through this draft.
Using your rankings to pick Alshon?
Yeah, well, he picked the last 3 times he picked in front of me. He picked the guy that was at the top of my queue.
You think Justin Jefferson's going to make it back to me?
Yeah,
I mean,
because he's a
Frankie,
terrible pick right now.
In 4 rounds? Well, he's the second. He's second on Jamie's list.
Oh, Frank, come on, dude! I just put him in my
I
queue.
do need a third Viking on this roster. So.
No, he ain't making it back to you. I'm convinced. I'm all in.
So Scott, as the creator of this league, which team do you like the best?
Ooh. That'll take me a second to
Take your time.
Roster.
Don't worry, Will's gonna let the clock run down. The clock run down as far as he can. So.
All right.
Whoa! Ooh, look at that.
Will. That's the other guy I added. I just added Harry and Ayuk to my queue.
I'm surprised you
I
didn't
love
Ayuk.
Ayuk, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Will, you missed my amazing team name on the show today.
Is it Ayuk related?
No, it's Limp Biscuit Chenault. Right?
Right?
Crickets.
Wait, hold
So
on.
bad. It's so bad. But I think you'd laugh if you saw it in your league, you know? I'm laughing. Oh, Justin Jefferson. Hell yeah.
Nobody heard my crickets. I actually have a cricket sound drop there.
Nice.
All right. The room is now subscriber only mode. That's awesome. Thank you all for subscribing and fire away with your questions. We will get to as many as we can. So let's see what we got here. Just a list of all the subs so far. Subscribers, yes. All right, bring it on in. I'll read the questions as they come in. Where are we in the draft? Jamie, are you up? You are up.
I'm up. I'm going to take Joshua Kelly.
Oh, somebody just gifted 5 subscriptions in the chat.
Oh, Vicar Ryan is our first question. Always a good one. Who's the best quarterback in Falcons history? Vicar Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Vic.
I mean, it arguably maybe should have been Vic.
We got a question specifically for Scott Fish. Pickles or cheesecake?
Oh my gosh, that is someone who knows me. Do you know this story, Adam? I've been offered $10,000 to eat a pickle, and I will not do it.
Shut the hell up.
I will not eat a pickle for $10,000.
Offered $10,000 for
that is not enough for me to eat a pickle.
Are you worth $10 million?
No, but that's just not enough for me to eat a pickle.
Really?
No.
Like, are you talking one of those really big pickles, or just like a regular sized pickle?
No, like a regular pickle out of a jar.
I don't want to tell you what I do to a pickle for $10,000.
Oh boy,
It ain't pretty.
Wow, I don't like pickles either, but $10,000. Yeah, I'll eat pickles. Do you not like cheese?
Oh wait, hold on! Don't pick, Ben. Don't pick. Let's guess.
Oh man, I'm in the dregs now.
Sammy Watkins.
He just went. He was on my list.
Take Rich Man, Sammy Watkins, Brashard Perryman.
I just put him on my list. I'm gonna take him.
He's gonna take. All right, you took Perryman.
Jason,
AJ Dillon.
No, I got enough running backs. I got to get some receivers on this team. I only have 4 or 5. That was my 5th. I'm gonna get one more. How many running backs do I have? 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 running backs. All right, AJ Dillon it is.
Yeah.
I got more questions coming in, guys. The Joker, Cash Money, Dobbins, Swift, Jonathan Taylor. Who scores the most fantasy points this year?
Taylor.
Heath, that's the nicest thing you said about Jonathan Taylor.
I have written so many nice things about Jonathan Taylor.
I'm trying so hard to make you out to be a Jonathan Taylor hater.
I got another one here from the franchise 305. How many Super Bowls do the Chiefs win in the next 5 years?
3.
4.
2.
Whoa. 1.
1.
1 is the answer.
We have all right, we got more subs. K Gilligan, DSM Matt 39. Island Broker or Slan Broker? I don't know. The franchise 305, Fonzo. Ed the
Those are all gifted by this DJ Weapons F.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah. DJ Weapon SF.
Everybody.
Has Scott Fish picked the best team yet?
No. Oh, I think the team I'd most want to go to bat with is probably Towers. I wish he had better running backs, but I like Towers' team probably the best right now.
Why?
I think his quarterbacks are stronger than are nice and strong. I think that Aaron Rodgers is going to have, even though I think he's declining, I think his completion percentage and lack of interceptions is going to be one heck of a second quarterback. There's a lot of pass catching in his running backs, especially with Cohen. And he's just so deep at wide receiver that I feel like he can just completely rotate through to start 4, 5, 6 of them a week and get a lot of points.
That's a good team.
It is a good team. Murray, Bell, and Edwards-Helaire, Julio Jones, AJ Brown, DJ Chark, Hunter Henry at tight end, Tariq Cohen at flex with Deebo Samuel, Michael Gallup also at flex, and then Aaron Rodgers at super flex. That's a good team.
I mean, drafted AJ Brown. It's obviously the best team.
Yeah.
I think Jameis Winston's somebody to target in this league, in these fishbowl leagues.
Especially if you're the Breeze owner.
What's that?
Especially if you're the Breeze owner.
Well, I just think if something happens to Breeze, I mean, Jameis could be an absolute monster.
This format kills him. He was, I think, 22nd or something in this format last year when he was a top 5 fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, but he didn't have Sean Payton.
Right. It might kill him with the Bucks and Bruce Arians. It may be better for him slightly.
God, someone just offered to eat 10 pickles to get in the fishbowl.
They would? Yeah, like anyone. I think most people like pickles.
Pickles are trash, and nobody wants to see anybody eat 10 of them.
Pickles are trash. What's wrong with you?
I like pickles.
Pickles suck.
I think we're all allowed to have our own preferences on food.
The only good pickles are Chick-fil-A pickles.
Will, didn't you eat some pickles in South Beach in Miami during the Super Bowl?
I don't think so. I might have. I don't know. I don't remember much what happened on Saturday.
Pickles. The problem with pickles is that they dominate whatever you're eating. You know, they just
Yeah.
it's like they're not subtle.
They dominate whatever.
I use the word ruin, but
Yeah.
dominate is a word too. That you can
Well,
use.
and I like tomatoes a lot, but I don't really like tomatoes on burgers because all you taste is the tomato. You know,
No, I don't.
they're dominators.
There are a lot of running backs that I thought were still available that are not available. This is a deep draft.
Yeah, you stole Dylan from me on that corner. I was debating, should have taken him first.
Yeah, I thought about taking Dylan instead of Michael Pittman.
Yeah, I mean, we can all thank Jamie for that. I think I should just let you guys, like Jamie and Heath and Adam, just draft a team for me based on who they think I would take, and it would probably be a pretty good team.
All right, let's go. Round one. He's picking 12. Round one.
At least one in the fishbowl, though.
Huh?
Yeah, do it from the round one spot.
Miles Sanders, round one.
No, McCaffrey. He had the first pick.
Oh, it's
Oh.
okay.
So he goes
You
McCaffrey.
can reach for
No,
Sanders.
McCaffrey. I mean, Miles Sanders, round one, ahead of McCaffrey. I stand by.
I have the first overall pick. I'll tell you what his player pool is, and you can tell him who you take. Who did you take in round two?
Well, that's the problem because I don't think in this he's going to take DJ Moore with the playoff format being what it is.
It was let's see. You had a choice: Carson Wentz, Nick Chubb, Tom Brady, Zach Ertz, Mark Andrews, Austin Eckler, Kenyon Drake, Josh Jacobs. Two of those.
He does not like Austin Eckler very much this year.
But in that spot, though, that's not a bad spot.
Maybe. Question.
You would 100% take a quarterback at like Ben. You'll take a quarterback with your second pick. And
Probably, especially if one of those top 6 guys falls there. But if they all go, I might just double tap the 4-5 turn.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Would you rather have A.J. Brown run through you at full speed from 50 yards away one time or eat pickles with every meal for a week?
AJ Brown that's not even comparable, honestly.
I would take $10,000 to let AJ Brown clean my clock.
I get a cool story for life, or I have to suffer for a week. Yeah, I think I'll take the hit.
AJ Brown running 50 yards full speed.
We got more subs. Hoju 86, me, I subbed.
Harris Campbell and Jalen Richard getting sniped in the 17th round.
The Joker Cash Money correctly points out that bread and butter pickles, like if you get the right ones, they are functionally edible.
That's
you can
true.
like sort of sweet and spicy too.
Fried pickles,
Fried pickles are great.
Fry anything, it's good, right? I mean,
Plus, you can get another Dominator, put some ranch on it, and
that's a Dominator. Totally.
Adam's like purred happily from Parks and Rec. He's like, some things taste like stuff.
We are going to talk about food right now, and this is the food.
Yeah.
He's a great character.
Yes.
How about Frank's pick here, Raquel Armstead? Why is he going so late? I know they added Chris Thompson, but they don't want Leonard Fournette.
All right, Jamie, now you can tell Frankie made a great pick.
Actually, he did.
Yeah, it was a great pick.
Josh Reynolds, too. That's 4 dudes that were in my queue this round. What does that happen in the 15th round?
All right, we're wrapping up pretty soon. So if y'all have any questions,
Let's finish the draft.
No, that's okay.
I think that's the point with Raquel and Fournette, right? Like they don't want him, so they'll just run the wheels off him for his final year there.
But I think he's going to miss some time. I don't know. It just feels like
his injury history since he's been alive says that. That's for sure.
Who's the worst team in the NFL this year?
Jaguars.
Washington.
Jaguars.
Jets.
Jags or Redskins.
Jets.
Oh, Jets. I like the Jets.
No, I think Jets can make the playoffs.
Really? Why the Jets?
Adam Gase first, coach fired.
Yeah.
I had the Jets, Giants, and Washington as my bottom 3 on this list I made for best fantasy offenses.
Well,
I think Washington might be sneaky.
Yeah, Ron Rivera won 6 games with the
They
Panthers
could
his
be.
first year. They have a good. Their defense could be decent.
Yeah.
They have a good pass rush.
They have a lot of good young offensive players. That could be a sneaky, decent offense.
no votes for the Bengals, huh?
No. Bengals might make the playoffs too.
No.
Everyone's gonna. Oh, they got an extra playoff team.
Burrow's just a stud. He's just going to be good. He's going to come in. They're getting Jonah Williams back, AJ Green back, Tyler Boyd. I mean, they got weapons on offense.
They do. So do the Giants. Giants suck. Wait, don't give me that look.
Joe Burrow's. I mean, I'll take Joe Burrow over Daniel Jones 400 times.
I'll take Joe Burrow over Daniel Jones, but
OJ
Reggie
Howard already
Bonifant.
went. That's amazing.
well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. It has been a lot of fun, as always. I hope this was helpful. It's helpful for me to get a little Scott Fish mock under my belt. Thanks to all the CBS guys for joining. So many subscribers tonight. That is huge for us, and we really appreciate it. And we're gonna do well by you. We're gonna give you a lot of content on Twitch, and we really appreciate it. So keep on spreading the word. Jamie Mazowskis for setting this up. Ben Strager as well. Thank you to you guys. We will talk to you next Tuesday with another edition. Hopefully we'll play some poker. I'm always down for that. And again, have a great night, everybody. Have a great week. On Wednesday's show, you're going to hear the top 5 wide receivers that we want to draft after round 10. That's on the next edition of the Fantasy Football Today podcast. And listen to Pick 6 while you're at it, because it's awesome. I'm Adam Azer saying thanks.
Hey, you got a baseball host on the show, my guy.
And listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast hosted by Frank Stampfel. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll talk to you on Wednesday on the podcast.
Want more of the Fantasy Football Today podcast and nonstop year-round fantasy advice? It's simple. Hit the subscribe button and hang with us all throughout the year.